Hi, I'm Damon Germany. Welcome to By Scratch From Scratch. Let's go cook something. All right, I'm here with one of my favorite people in Louisville. We have Mayor Pat.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome. And today we're going to make the perfect dry-aged New York strip steak. So here in the restaurant, we dry-age our own steaks for a minimum of 21 to 28 days. It pulls a lot of the excess moisture out of the meat, and it really intensifies the flavor. Mm-hmm. So when people ask, what does it do? That's exactly what it does. It keeps all the good bacteria alive in the steak. It continues to break the meat down. It really makes for a phenomenal steak. Once you go dry aged, it's hard to go back to, just the regular stuff. But hey, so Mayor Pat,
yes.
When you eat your steak, how do you like your steak cooked?
I like it medium rare.
Medium rare.
I like a little bit of the pinkies in it so that I can really feel and taste the flavoring in it.
I'm sure you've made a few, what are some of your best tips for cooking steak at home?
I usually put some seasoning on it and very light pepper, but I put some seasoning on it and I just turn it over about every 15 minutes till I get it where I want it to be.
Gotcha. So a couple of the tips, people don't even know what's going on right now, but right now we're letting the steaks get to room temperature. One of the things that stops the steak from getting good grill marks is when you put a cold steak on a hot grill that creates steam. Mm-hmm. Caramelization cannot happen in the presence of steam or moisture. So these have been sitting out for about 15 minutes, just to get up to room temp. And what we're going to do is we have some of our own scratch seasoning that we make here in house. That's going to be salt, pepper, granulated garlic, paprika, smoked paprika, and onion powder. So one of the things you also want to do, this is one of my personal tips, is we're going to brush it with a little bit of olive oil. We're going to season it pretty generously. It's very hard to over season a steak. It really takes a talent to do that. So, if you have anything that you like to do with your steak at home, this is just a guide. This is just how I like to do mine. Have some fun with it, play with it. This is my perfect steak. You come up with your version of a perfect steak. Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right.
I'm excited.
So I'm going to give you the brush. Your steak is on the left.
Okay. See, I put everything, but I don't have the dried paprika. Is that what you have?
Smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika. I don't have that at home. But I've used all the other stuff.
Okay.
It gives it great flavoring.
Okay.
Use this also?
No,
sprinkle it on.
Mm-hmm.
Stay there. Okay. There. Well, okay. Looks good to me. There we go.
And we do the same thing to the other side.
Okay.
I don't know, I guess I need to turn in my spatula and let you run scratch.
Hey, no, you do an excellent job. Anytime you need some help, I would be glad to come and help you out here. There we go.
Brush strokes there. Yeah, I always want to go pretty liberal with your seasoning because we're not seasoning the sides, so you kind of have to account for that on the top.
Sure.
On the bottom. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
And I like the marble on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That gives it a little bit more tenderness, if I remember correctly. Used to grow up on a farm.
Okay.
Where we did our own butchering,
okay.
and we had our own meat and everything. And I always remember about the marble around the edges that gives it the tenderness.
And we always keep a lot of the fat cap on because that protects the meat during the dry age process on top. You know, see how this is getting kind of brown around the edges? So we 21 to 28 days allows us to catch it where this is still, you know, a good piece of meat to eat. But if you let it go any further than that, this gets real tough and dry, and you gotta trim it off. So, you know, we got that little thin coating, that barrier there, plus the big heavy fat cap on top. So, yeah, we're good to go. It's
Yes.
a tender steak.
Very good.
To the grill we go.
Okay.
All right. So now we have our well-oiled grill with our steaks. We're gonna point the top of the steak at 9 o'clock. Gonna give us some great grill marks. So when we go to turn, we're gonna turn it to 12 o'clock.
So you get it, there you go.
So while we're waiting on that,
Yes.
anything new going on in the city, Mayor Pat?
Well, you know, we've got everybody working right now on the new Wendy's that's coming in. They've started to do some work on the building out there.
I know a little bit about Wendy's.
A little bit about Wendy's, yes. I love Wendy's too. And I look for it to probably be open around the first of the year.
Okay.
And we're excited about that. The community's excited about that. Umbrella Alley now is going to be coming into being snowflakes.
I heard.
They're working on snowflakes to hang up there now. And so we're working on that. And we're trying to decide how extent we're going to go with Light Up Louisville.
Okay.
Because of the COVID, everybody is concerned about that. And so we're working on that now. And of course, our football team lost in the tournament the other night, but they are going to play 3 games
Okay.
starting next week, not this weekend, but the following week, and they'll be playing. So there'll be some activity back in Louisville again.
All right. So now we got a little flame action happening because of the fat cap around the edge. So we're gonna turn it 12 o'clock. Move it away from the high flames.
So is that side of your grill hotter than this side? Or no?
It's actually vice versa. This is actually the hotter side.
Okay. Okay.
No matter what grill you use, there's always going to be a side that's more hot than the other.
Okay.
Because of the way the vent's pulling the heat up, so it's always going to be this hot. This side is always going to be the hotter side.
Okay. Okay.
So for the folks out there who enjoy their steak a little more done, you want to turn your grill down just a little bit to allow for longer cooking time. You won't get the undesirable char. Yep. So the more rare you like your steak, the higher the heat you should go.
Okay. Oh, that's a good tip. I always thought you just turn it down, let it kind of take its time.
No.
No? Okay. Something new. Learned today. Now I'll have to go home and try my grill and see what I can do here. Not that I'm in competition with you. I will say that the food here at Scratch is delicious. I usually come in about every other Wednesday and get these ribs that just melts in your mouth. They fall off the bones. They're delicious. And the champagne chicken is just out of this world also. So those are 2 of my recommendations. Now I will have to try the steak. That might be my 3rd one that I would highly recommend you. But I've not had a bad meal here. And anybody that I've spoken to said that they love coming to Scratch. So, and you've had good business since you've opened up, and word of mouth and advertising has really helped you, I feel.
Yep. Louisville's been great.
That's good. And I will say, Damon has been really very community-minded. He's out there in the community. When the pandemic was going on, he was very gracious to a lot of people that wasn't able to have food. He was there for them to help them out as much as what he could. And I understand you're doing a big event at our church on Saturday night.
We are.
He's catering for our date night for Sweetest Day.
Yes.
And we're excited about that, to have him come in and be a part of our activity there.
Much appreciated. All right. It's about time to flip. Look at those grill marks.
Oh,
right there.
looky there. Wow. And so what you move is when the flame starts getting a little hot on it, then you move it to your other side to let that cool down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For me, I'm more of a medium rare man myself. But it also depends on the steak. I think for me, the thinner the steak, the more rare I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thicker cuts, I like to go a little beyond medium, like for like my filet mignon.
Okay. And your meats that you get are excellent meats.
But we buy from local farmers
Okay.
In the area.
Mhm.
That way we know where our cows are eating. And I've toured each facility.
Absolutely.
And because of COVID, it drove some prices kind of sky high
Sure.
for beef commodities. So it was
Good.
a choice we decided to make to go get cows from our local farmers, and it's really worked out well for everybody.
Sure. Sure. Well, growing up on a farm, like I said, we had all our own meat. I mean, and when we sold the farm and moved, it was really hard for me to go into a grocery store and to buy meat, because I just did not sit well with me. So we always went to the different local butchering facilities that we knew, and they always had good meat. Always had good meat.
And coming from Cleveland, there's not really a lot of farms around, where I live in the Cleveland area. So I had never had a burger made from fresh ground beef. And
Right.
you think a burger is a burger is a burger, and there is no way I could go back to eating burgers the way that I used to.
For sure.
Once you get that fresh ground beef, I mean, the color is different, the texture is different.
Absolutely. Well, it's the original meat. There's no filler in it.
Correct.
And a lot of times when you would do your burgers, say you do them in a skillet or something, you used to get a lot of fat when you bought it from other places. When you buy it now, which is ground, you don't get any fat from it.
Yeah.
Very, very little.
Or you tell them how much fat you want in it.
That's
So you really have a lot of say-so over what you're eating.
That's correct. That's correct. And I was concerned that, with the pandemic, that there would be a meat shortage. And when I went and talked to my local butchering area, he said, we'll never run out of meat. So I was very pleased to hear that. And he said, and we are working with the communities, just like you did. You worked with our community here in Louisville, and we were very thankful for that.
Well, I think we're just about done here. So
Okay.
we're going to pull the steaks off of the grill. We're going to let them rest for just a moment, because you don't want to cut into it and all the juices just run everywhere.
Right.
So
Okay.
grab a couple plates. Now it's time for where the rubber meets the road.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Well, that is perfect. That's just like I like mine.
Yep. A little bit of pink.
Yep, a little bit of pink.
I just can't do anything but dry aged steak now.
Very good. This is exactly. This will be my third one now. My third meal that I like in here. Come on.
I know you're a tough customer, so that means a lot.
Delicious. 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 Delicious.
Well, I'd like to thank Mayor Pat for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me be a part of it here.
We'll have to do this again really soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks you guys for tuning in. Here's From Scratch by Scratch. We'll see you next time.